Let's talk chakras, should we? We shall. So, a chakra translates to wheel in Sanskrit. So that's what it is. It's a wheel of color. And we have 7 of them located in the body as major energy centers, okay? And they're located from the root of the spine to the top of the head, the crown of the head. So we have all these 7 energy wheels, chakras, in the body. So when one is off, you're going to notice that there's certain symptoms or feelings, or there's a lot of things that show up. Basically, symptoms is the word. So chakras, it correlates with different abilities we have, different expressions that we're feeling, and the types of health that we experience. So again, it goes all the way to mind, body, soul. We need a connection to feel our best. And that's how chakras, they are seen and felt by a lot of us, but you can also train the eye to see them in real time. Isn't that cool? Let's start with the root chakra. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine. It's basically the tailbone. So right where you sit. And the color that's correlated to it is red. So when you have the color red, you can even envision a red spinning ball of light. And I like to do the 7 chakra meditation, and that's how we open up all the centers or realign them or balance them. So it's red, and it also, you'll notice things about survival, control, stability, financial independence, like standing on your own 2 feet. It's really the foundation of who you are. And this usually develops between year 1 through year 7. So it's how you were raised is really how you feel safe and secure, right? So financially, just loved by those around you who raised you, feeling like you're safe at the end of the day, you have a roof over your head. That is the root chakra. So the root chakra, you know, is going to be in balance when you feel abundant, when you have a sense of well-being, when you feel pleasure in everything in your life, right? And if you're feeling a lack in any of those, or even in your sexuality, that tends to be the root of it all. It's about your money, it's about your food. It's that whole like base foundation, right? Stability. And there's a stone that's always associated with a chakra, so you can help balance that. And it's hematite is a fabulous one. You can always do more of a red stone, but hematite really like revs up that energy center and gets us where we need to be, especially when we need that creative juice flowing. Kind of moves into the sacral chakra. I'll get into it in a minute. But there's also red foods like apples, strawberries, cherries, red skinned potatoes. The color of your food, beets. It all helps to nourish the organs, and all the energy and the feelings we have behind that, right? So not only what you wear as well. So red shirts, red underwear, red bras, red purses, red shoes, red ties. It could be a red car. It's the things we surround ourselves with. Some people like to have a red bed. That's a lot of energy though. But that's more feng shui. I can get into it. But it all has to stimulate that chakra, right? So that is the root chakra. Okay, let's move up a little bit and go to the sacral chakra. This is 2 inches below the navel and kind of in between the root and the solar plexus. So right about midway up, right around the rib cage. So it's right in between. And that color is associated with orange. So you'll see an orange ball or orb of light. You can imagine it or just sense it, but that is the associated color with that chakra center. So the sacral chakra is how we relate to others and we relate to our emotions. So self-worth, self-confidence, our self-esteem, it's all going to be wrapped up. It's really close to that root chakra, so they both kind of play off each other, right? So if one feels off, the other might feel a little off. So people say, oh, my tummy hurts. Let's talk about it. So the sacral chakra really holds on to our creativity and our sexuality. So again, you can kind of see how they all work and play on each other. So the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, they all work together and they all need to balance with one another. So the stone, the crystal or stone that associates with the sacral chakra is going to be tiger's eye, which really revs up that energy center. How cool, right? So this usually develops like it's big muscle, kind of like expands or goes smaller around ages 8 to 14. So you can always look back too and see what was really a big part of your life between 8 and 14, right? That's when we go through puberty. That's when we have lots of life experiences. That is literally our creativity and our sexuality being formed. That is the sacral chakra. Let's talk about the solar plexus. This is right in the middle of the stomach, right around the rib cages, upper abdomen, if you want to say that as well. And the color associated with the solar plexus is yellow, right? And this is also where we communicate with Gaia, God, right? Source. That's where we can always say, I have to trust my intuition, my gut feeling. It comes in right through there. Like you'll feel it in your gut when people say that, right? That is the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is based on self-worth and self-confidence. And what years does this really develop? Well, between 15 and 21. That is when we become an adult. This is when we step out into our true self. We don't have anybody telling us anymore, right? It's just who we are, our self-expression, all the beauty in that. And the stone that helps to amp it up is amber, right? That beautiful amber stone crystal. It's gorgeous. So that will help to rev up the solar plexus. Okay. Let's talk about the heart chakra. It's located right in the center of the chest, and it is just above the heart, like right in here. So you can you always like grab your chest if something hurts your heart, right? And this is about giving and receiving love, because we are creatures of love, and this is the energy center that is connected to it. So you're always going to see green or pink in the heart center. So if you have a blocked heart chakra, it will be really hard for someone to open up to people or trust them. Now, if you have an open heart chakra, on the other hand, you can really have like this intense empathy and compassion for others, more so than most people. So it can be too open too. So you're too trusting and too loving, and everything is just so much, right? But again, it's really associated with joy and love and peace and empathy and really giving and receiving equally. It's that beautiful heart center. It's that divine masculine, feminine. It meets right in the middle. And so the stone crystal that goes with it is rose quartz. How beautiful is that? So you can always work with it. You can lay it on your chest, keep it in your pocket, keep it in your bra, keep it in your wallet, whatever it is. And the other thing I want to say, it develops really around 21 to 28. What was your first major heartbreak, right? Or when did you get married? This kind of like big relationships, big breakups, they tend to be between the ages of 21 to 28, and that's when it really develops. And it can either open or close and cause a little rift, but these are life lessons, right? So this is always going to be something that people need to focus on, since it is dead center between all the other chakras. So, well, Gaia one too. So solar plexus, heart chakra, they're quite important. Let's talk about the throat chakra, shall we? The throat chakra helps give a voice to our heart, and it's about self-expression and our communication, and it's about our truth, who you are, what you think, what you believe, what you stand up for, comes out of your throat. The color associated with the throat chakra is turquoise, kind of that light blue color, so it can just kind of emanate all over when you're trying to speak your truth. And a great stone for that is aquamarine. So if you need it, get an aquamarine necklace. You can get hair clips, or again, anything in that area will really help. You can wear it, you can eat it. It's all part of it. So this one develops a little bit later, so ages 29 to 35. That's when we get our voice. It really develops. It steps into who we are. We speak our truth unapologetically. We don't care anymore. We're done being scrutinized, and we're just going to tell you what we're here to do, what we think, what we believe, and we don't care. Right? Isn't that beautiful? People who have a stuck throat chakra can kind of work with it, besides food, is with singing and with humming and sound and movies, because it helps your voice express itself and opens it up to another layer. Let's talk about the third eye, located right between the eyebrows. And it can sometimes be a little bit above, like right in the padding of the forehead. And this helps us to access our intuition, our inner knowledge, the big picture, and everything that we sense and feel we see with that third eye. It's what we can't see physically. It's on the other side of the veil. The third eye is known as the eye of the soul, because it can see people's soul before we can speak to them, right? And if your third eye is open, you're more in tune to have psychic visions, intuitive hits, vivid dreams. They all just tend to be part of it. Deja vu as well. So when we work with the third eye, we're working with our intuition, our imagination, and really with our inner wisdom and knowledge that we brought from many different lives. And the color that you might see in this area is either dark blue or indigo or purple, and it tends to be the color of the third eye. So the stone and crystal around this area, you can either lay it on there or again wear it, doesn't matter, and you can just keep it in your area, is amethyst. And that will help to tune it a little bit more. Like, think of a frequency. It's literally like a frequency on a radio station. We're trying to tune it in, so we're tuning it in. And that's what you're doing for all the chakras with the stones. And this really opens up and really grows around 36 to 42 years old. So that's when we really look with our inner wisdom. We start listening to our bodies. We start connecting the dots even deeper. It's just all the inner wisdom starts to come out, and then we can help others on their growth cycle, right? So the intuition part really comes with people who it's not just like a natural thing for. It comes on later on in life when you start trusting the universe. Let's talk about the crown chakra, located at the very top of our head. It is the crown of knowledge. It opens us up to higher consciousness, the universe, and universal oneness. When we have a spiritual connection, that's when we know that all of our other chakras are all aligned, because this one is the ultimate. And if we're lucky enough to have the higher consciousness, that's what we receive. We receive the inner knowing. We see spirituality in a different light, and it's bigger and it grows, and we're all connected and we feel it. And I could go on right now why we're all kind of not feeling it, because of some things that have happened over the past few years and the disconnection from humanity. So we need to bring the connection back to humanity, so we all have universal consciousness and we can feel each other a little bit deeper. We're not so disconnected. So when people say, as above, so below, that's literally the crown chakra, bringing us above and below together, right? Universal consciousness. It's the gateway to the celestial world. And if you're feeling depressed or just disconnected, you know your crown chakra is disconnected. The cord has been pulled. So you can always ground yourself and start again from the root chakra and go all the way up, because balancing all your chakras opens up that crown all the way up to the heavens. Pretty cool, right? The color associated with the crown chakra, you'll always see white. It can be gold or violet. And those usually go, it's kind of like a beam that you can imagine going up to the heavens. And that's like the big cord that brings in all the knowledge. And so the stone I would associate with that would be clear quartz. You can always leave it on there. You can do a crown. Again, you can wear it however, or leave it in your area. And this really develops between the ages of 43 and 49. So you can really access universal love and knowledge to the highest, most divine level ever. Beautiful, right? So the crown chakra is also associated with the pineal gland, which produces melatonin. So the circadian rhythms is all connected with the crown chakra. So if you ever feel disconnected, go outside. Nature is a part of the crown chakra. Crazy, right? I love how it works. It's all connected. So if you want to open the crown chakra, you have to open all 6 other chakras, and then that will open naturally. So to help open all of the chakras, hip openers are great. You can Google them, you can YouTube them. It's stretching out where we have emotions trapped in the body. There's food, that you can have therapy by speaking, by getting it out. So journaling is another safe way to get out the emotions that have been stuck. That way we're moving the energy, the chakras, and we are balancing them. You can even do balancing chakra meditations. I have one on my channel here on YouTube, and you can also look on YouTube for other ones as well. I do have a podcast with it on there, and I do private one-on-one coachings if you're interested as well. So remember, it's the foods you eat, what they're associated with. So the colors, have the foods with those colors. If they're root chakras, get some root vegetables, right? And if you need something light and bright, it could be as easy as just drinking more water. It's the intention you put into it to opening that chakra. Also, I can say it 1,000 times, wear it. Wear the color, wear the stones. It is magical. It can make anything turn around in no time. So I hope with this information you are able to learn a little bit more about the chakras in the body and how they're associated, and how you can heal them. But again, if you have any more questions, I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to answer them for you. Thank you so much for watching.